And what makes boxing really important to me is the way that it teaches you the key life skill, I think, of being calm under pressure. The way it teaches you to stay tough, to take take hits, do what you plan to do. You know, there's the famous saying that everybody's got a plan until they get hit, and that's true in life as well as it is in boxing. And I think this experience has really taught me, and I think it teaches 100-some guys every year how to do that, and they carry that forward into life, and that's the biggest impact we can make.
I'm Joe Guilfoyle, and I'm fighting Bengal Bouts because it's part of a bigger cause, and as much work as we do fighting, just knowing that it's for something better, it's really something special.
The 151-pound class, it's Ben Eichler and Joe Guilfoyle in an interesting matchup between a veteran in Eichler and a freshman in Joe Guilfoyle. Eichler looking for his second title. He won last year against Kevin Dunn. Also, as a sophomore, he made it to the finals. He lost to President Kevin Ortenzio, so a very experienced boxer. Joe Guilfoyle, meanwhile, the freshman from Duxbury, Massachusetts. He was joking with us earlier this week. He might have to say a few prayers before heading into the ring because it's such a strong opponent in Ben Eichler.
Very true, very true. Ben's a great opponent, knows what's going on. Guilfoyle too, though, I'll tell you what, watching his quarters and semis, we saw a lot of what was going on, and it was very, very impressive. Guilfoyle is a quick guy, beating Jackie Garvin. That was a tough fight, and it was unanimous going toward Joe Guilfoyle.
Before that, in the quarters, Guilfoyle, another unanimous victory over Chip Blood. Eichler, meanwhile, he said he probably had his ugliest fight of his career on Tuesday in the semis. That was a split decision win for him against Ryan Dunn.
True statement. As we look in this first round, Eichler has fast ones, likes to get inside. Eichler goes for big punches. He's a big punch kind of guy, but he's very skinny in the target zone. What I mean by that is he turns his body sideways, and it's hard to score on him.
And then one of the things about Guilfoyle, you'll notice very athletic, and he's pretty quick around the ring. He has a good right hand too.
That's going to be Guilfoyle's biggest advantage when Eichler's trying to move around and slip to connect with that too. Swinging wildly right there, that's not going to get it done. Straight punches, that's the key against Eichler.
Yeah, Eichler not happy with his footwork on Tuesday. Going to focus on improving that heading into today.
The quickness with which Eichler throws his punches is impressive. Throws the one and immediately is connecting his core for the 6 or the 4. Great power punch too.
Came in throwing a few jabs there, then hooked in the right.
Feints with a 1, comes inside, gets the critical distance. Looks like there's some string on Guilfoyle's glove, getting that out of the way.
Eichler, a senior captain, he was effusive in his praise for the freshman Guilfoyle. Said he's one of the guys that has really internalized all the teaching because there is so much of that, beginning with the novice practices way back last semester. And he's a guy that's really learned to throw those punches well and think with strategy. And here he is in the finals going up against Eichler.
And that's what you love to see through these bouts, the people who take the advice and take it to heart and practice everything, not just in the ring, but outside of the ring as well. A low punch by Guilfoyle, gets away with that. Comes across with the swinging 4. Eichler with the massive 4 that did not connect. Had it connected, that could have been lethal.
Eichler very quick with that jab.
Both boxers moving around the ring. Eichler's an in and out kind of guy, in and out.
Winding down here on the first round, that closes it out between Eichler and Guilfoyle, 151-pound weight division. And a pretty good start to this one. I thought Guilfoyle held his own pretty well.
Yeah, especially going up against the captain, Eichler. You know, Eichler's known to have strong punches. His sophomore year, he knocked out quite a few people en route to go into the finals before he himself lost in the final championship bout. But Guilfoyle isn't fazed by it. He's coming in strong. He needs to keep his hands up a little bit more. You see that exchange, his throwing wild punches and not having his hands in front of his face and his body. Eichler's going to try to get you to put your guard down. You know, quick one, loopy one. All he wants is you to throw your hands down or to throw a punch where he can see an opening. You keep your hands up if you're Guilfoyle, and you're throwing straight, bang, bang, across the body, back to your face. That's the recipe for success against someone like Eichler.
And it comes back again to stamina, something to keep an eye on, because through his first few fights, Guilfoyle was saying one of the things, he got really tired really fast during those fights. And as we've already hit on, these longer rounds at 2 minutes, will he be able to hold up against someone in Eichler who has shown he's able to last over the years?
Yeah, our first 3 fights, we've seen some great punches in the 3rd round. There's a looping 4 that Eichler connects with. Coming on strong, he's not taking any prisoners today.
Huge combination there from Eichler to the face.
Turns around
of Guilfoyle and spun him around.
Goodness, those were some great punches. Good combinations, and the key right there, Mike, he connected on all of them. And once you get 3 or 4 punches that connect to your face consecutively, you're lost. That's why he turned around, Guilfoyle did.
Taking him right to the ropes. Guilfoyle able to get away, landing one and escaping.
At this point, Guilfoyle's trying to stop the flooding. He's trying to close the floodgates and say, all right, here we go. You hit me with a few, now I'm coming back strong. Eichler, though, keeping his foot on the gas pedal.
Coming up on a minute to go in the 2nd round. Guilfoyle able to escape what would have been a massive right.
Still swinging for the fences as Eichler. I said keep his foot on the gas pedal. It looks like he's actually braking a little bit. And he's moving back and forth. I'll tell you what, he had Guilfoyle on the ropes, figuratively and literally. Moving back, big combinations. Guilfoyle landing a few shots. He's still staying in this. He gets Eichler on the defensive now. Guilfoyle with a few combinations that have been Eichler backing up.
These guys both swinging.
20 seconds left. Let's see if Eichler gets back on the aggression right here with 20 seconds left.
Eichler pops out the mouth guard of Guilfoyle.
15 seconds left. They're going to 15 seconds. Let's see if they come out and go strong, or if they both lay off, have a few jab feelers, and just get ready for the 3rd round. Just lost a mouth guard. Didn't look like it was from a punch. It just looked maybe it was breathing too hard, and on his exhalation just popped out that mouth guard. Wiping off some blood, cleaning it up. They'll put a stopgap in his nose. Stop the bleeding.
Guilfoyle, the freshman, heard about sign-ups back in the fall. He had a brother, Jack, who's older by 1 year. He's a sophomore. He competed in Bengal Bouts this year. 3 Guilfoyle brothers here, the other being Tommy, who's a senior.
Both coming out swinging with 15 seconds left. Looks like Guilfoyle wants to get his punches in before that round ends. That's a great way to end the 2nd round. I'll tell you what, going in knowing you have 15 seconds left, that's 15 seconds to go as fast as you possibly can. All right, moving on. Good 2nd round. Like what we're seeing. Eichler, though, those combinations were just incredible in that 2nd round, especially coming out strong. He had Guilfoyle moving around in ways that Guilfoyle probably didn't want to be.
And one of the things you see with Eichler is so much and so many of his punches come in from the sides. We'll see if Joe Guilfoyle can maybe capitalize on that and throw some straight ones right down the middle, because he does. Eichler keeps things wide.
Yeah, it's going to be for Guilfoyle not letting those feeler jabs lower his defenses from Eichler. He has to make sure that when Eichler's throwing jabs to try to get Guilfoyle's guard down, he keeps them up and throws straight punches back.
So here we go, the 3rd round of the 151-pound class.
3rd and final round. Guilfoyle's immediately from the start going after Eichler. 10 seconds in, he's throwing twice as many punches as Eichler has so far. Lands one on the body. Eichler's coming back.
Eichler trying to get that 2nd title in back-to-back years. 3rd trip to the finals for the senior captain, going up against the freshman Guilfoyle.
This is turning into a great 3rd round right now. 90 seconds left before we decide who's the champion in the 150-pound weight class. And both boxers saying, we're not going quietly. Guilfoyle
Came in with that huge right.
landing some good combinations. That's an interesting clinch right there. Excellent combination coming in. Straight punches, that's what's going to get him. Looks like they're starting to get a little tired. Once you see boxers clench more often, that's when they're starting to get a little more tired. Let's see if they can hold up for 55 seconds. Third round.
Eichler knew he would try to have to slow Guilfoyle down, and maybe those clenches did just that because Guilfoyle came out with a lot of energy to start this round.
A lot of energy, and Eichler so far in this third round has not matched it. So far, it's interesting to see because Eichler had some great intensity coming out of the gate in the second round, but since that point, after 30 seconds into the second round, we haven't seen the same thing. 42 seconds left. Looks like Eichler's getting a little bit of treatment. Guilfoyle's in his neutral corner. He'll probably, going back at it now. 30 seconds left. Let's see if Guilfoyle can mount an offensive that makes the judges scratch their heads a little bit harder deciding this fight.
Final round. Guilfoyle still with great stamina here. He was worried about that.
So far, it looks like Eichler's the one who's been clenching more. Eichler staying strong, putting up some good defensive moves. Guilfoyle going with the uppercut. Guilfoyle swinging for the fences. He's not going quietly.
Hadn't seen the uppercut yet, and he picked a good time to use it. Now we'll close it out here in the 151-pound weight division. Ben Eichler and Joe Guilfoyle. Another great bout, Patrick. Yeah, we've had some good ones to start it off.
Oh my gosh, absolutely. You couldn't have asked for anything better. This is, classic. This is a captain versus a freshman. The freshman comes in maybe a little bit wide-eyed in the first round and halfway through the second, but then he realizes this is my fight too. I'm here for a reason, and I can contend with this guy. Third round, I gotta say, Guilfoyle was definitely the aggressor, and that is a huge factor when considering the judges' scorecards.
Eichler thanking the fans for coming out. A great crowd here at Purcell Pavilion. It's the last fight of Eichler's career. 4 years in the program, a captain, his third trip to the finals, and at the other side, just the start of the career for Joe Guilfoyle. And we'll send it down inside the ring.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention back to the ring for the results of the championship bout at the 151-pound weight division. By a split decision, your champion in the blue corner, Ben Danger Zone Eichler.
So Ben Eichler does it in consecutive years. He wins the 151-pound title against Joe Guilfoyle. Great back and forth, but in the end, it was Eichler